Welcome. My name is Tobias, co-founder and co-CEO of Farmy, and happy to tell you a bit more about what we are doing and Farmy stands for. So there are 3 words describing best our business: sustainable food tech, sustainable company selling food online, and all this is possible only by being excellent in technology. So we are at the end a tech company. 2 founders and CEO. Since day one, like an old couple, we split responsibilities accordingly, got to know each other in Moscow, where we have been building up different e-commerce companies, always as a hired manager or CEO, but truly missing our intrinsic motivation. So we both love food and sports, and my parents were on the other side, doctors on the other side, small farmers and winemakers. So this topic, what is a good or bad nutrition does to your body or mind, was always around myself and also Roman's side. So we thought, okay, why not combining making money with doing something something good to other people and to the nature. And that was the basis for motivation for building up Farmy. Yeah. So at Farmy, we are having the opportunity to sell more than 12,000 products, anything that you can eat or drink in a sustainable manner, from more than 1,000 food makers, which are mostly coming from Switzerland. So it's kind of an alibi of going shopping at an ordinary grocery store. We do not only have perishable items, we also have a lot of household goods, child food, pet food, so anything that you need to pamper yourself with your daily needs. And as to the USPs, you see it here in the example. You see a piece of meat, you see the faces behind. This is exactly what Farmy is about. So you always know exactly who stands behind the product. This is true not only for meat, this is true for any product which can be found on our marketplace, also for toilet paper or organic condoms, which we also have. So the second one, anyhow, this is kind of self-explaining, but we are emphasizing this again. Farmy stands for excellent in freshness. So how is that possible? We are not running an inventory business model. We have got a few items on inventory, which are dry goods, but all the perishable items, and they amount for around 70% of our revenue, are cross-docked, are being harvested, are being produced, are being packed on the very day when they are also delivered. So the veggie producer harvests the salad, brings them to our hub in Zurich or in Lausanne. We just pick and pack and send it out already to the customers, to the doorstep at the very same day. So that means it's not only ultra fresh, but we go without any food waste. So there's no food waste at all involved at our business. So we deliver currently all over Switzerland, any postal code. We even deliver to the Jungfraujoch, which is a very high place in the mountains. We deliver to Ticino, everywhere where you want to have your deliveries, we deliver. We have 3 zones, A, B, and C. A and B zone amounts for 90% of the revenue. Geographically wise, they are the smallest, the orange and the dark green ones, where we deliver with our own couriers and our own vehicles. And more explicitly only with electrical vehicles, which you see on the very right top. The same chassis as Picnic is using, but the trunk has been Farmy built and Farmy customized. We just a few weeks ago launched Farmy Express, which allows the customers, currently those which are living here in Zurich, to get their groceries within already 3 hours. So that's something new, and we are about to roll it out to anywhere in Switzerland during the next year. The second thing which we just launched a few weeks ago is Farmy Bakery. It's the first step towards vertical integration. So we have bake-off ovens. We're having the best bake-off bread from Switzerland in our hubs, and these products are being delivered to the customers. So imagine you're living in Zurich, you get your groceries within 3 hours with oven fresh bread. That's kind of pretty nice and hopefully also tasty. Yeah, as to sustainability, I was so happy when Marco told there's a lot about sustainability this year at NOAH. So we were very happy that we could present here a few things what we are doing here. As already mentioned, we are living more and more with electrical vehicles. We're going without any food waste. We are about to launch an even more sustainable packaging concept, though the one we're currently using is either fully biodegradable or even compostable or recyclable. And all this has been certified by MyClimate, the leading climate NGO here in Switzerland. So they, together with the Zurich University of Applied Sciences, made a study proving that a purchase at Farmy reduces at least 50% more greenhouse gas emissions than a purchase at an ordinary supermarket. We are about to get the B Corp certificate. I'll talk about it a little bit more in detail, which is very challenging, but bears a very big opportunity, in our opinion, to any company who wants to face that certification process. So talking about sustainability, as you all know, sustainability is kind of a bullshit word, because it doesn't mean anything. I mean, what does it mean? I mean, nobody will be able to give a clear answer because it means nothing. So as anything that it wants to be managed, it needs to be measured. And exactly this has been done by B Corp. So you get completely naked. You basically have to answer to, first of all, to qualify more than 200 questions, or I think even 250, in any fields of your organization, in any department, also along your whole value chain. And you can't hide yourself. You have to disclose really all information, also all confidential information. And then you need to provide evidence for all the answers that you checked in this questionnaire. And the process looks like that. You can obtain at a maximum 200 points, and to qualify, you have to get to at least 80 points. So when we qualified, we're a bit above 80 points. Then we have been checked again. Now we are a little bit below 80 points, and we still didn't get the certificate. And we are now working hard to get again over the 80 points. So one might think, oh, Farmy, they immediately get the B Corp. No, it's not that easy. So we are heavily working on it. And once you get the certificate, the real work just gets started. So you get a score, and the score is published on the B Corp website. So you are being benchmarked with other players in the industry, and that's a great thing. Because once you get the seal, you can embed the current B Corp score in your OKRs, for example, and say, okay, for the next quarter, let's gain another 2 points. So this makes it really measurable. You get a clear definition of what sustainability is, and you can measure it. And that's a great thing. And we are really happy to see more and more companies getting a B Corp certificate. So to sum it up, there are a lot of advantages for our stakeholders, which are mainly the producers, the environment, and the customers. For producers, they get access to online sales. For the environment, we have been talking about we're reducing CO2 exhaustions, etc. And for the customers, we give them access to the best and high quality and the most healthiest food that they can get. And they would only have access if they would take their car and drive from producer to producer, which is, of course, very unrealistic. Yeah. Talking about growth, we are here at NOAH. Yes, we are growing. Last year, we grew by 170%, which was, of course, a crazy year. Corona boosted. This year, we will grow again by another 25%, so growing to more than 30 million in revenues. Like this, we will be the strongest growing e-grocery company in Switzerland, and we are about to grow further, telling about in a second. One thing before talking about our future growth plans, I would like to highlight also that we just issued Farmy Solutions. So if you were thinking, what is that about? Farmy, at the beginning I told, is a tech company, and this is true. Like our CTO, we know from Russia, we have a whole Russian-speaking IT team, and every application along the whole value chain we developed in-house during the last 7 years. And we started to monetize these IT components, these SaaS components. We signed the first big deal in Germany. It's a supermarket chain which we will digitalize and roll out the whole digitalization for that company in Germany from next year on. And there are further projects to come up. So Farmy Solutions aims at monetizing the SaaS components and aims at digitalizing classical brick and mortar supermarkets in theory and hopefully also in practice anywhere in the world. As to the future, what are we about to do? As already mentioned with Farmy Bakery, we started to do the first step with regard to vertical integration. This we're gonna push forward. There will be a Farmy butchery, there will be a Farmy kitchen. So all that aims at getting better in quality, controlling the value chain more and more ourselves. We can, of course, increase the margin. We can, of course, like that, increase retention, etc. We are about to further roll out the express offer that we have to other major metropolitan areas in Switzerland. And for all of that, we need a huge new warehouse, which we already found. We are currently planning that new warehouse. This will serve as a central hub for all over Switzerland and further emphasizing Farmy solutions. So all this gives us the ground to further growing the business. And yeah, of course, we're also planning another fundraising round. So if anybody wants to know more, please let us know. Thank you very much.